Hi, this is Rafanzovin, and I am demonstrating another new feature of the latest version of the Ephemeral rigging and animation system. This feature is retiming. Here we have an animation that has been fully in between, so it has a pose on every single frame. The ephemeral system is for animating dense animation data, so there are no keyframes as such, and you can't just retime stuff by moving keyframes around as long as it's been fully in between like that. So how do you retime motion when you want to change it? Well, as long as I have something selected here, so my character is active, I can select a range of time, and let's say I wanted him to come up here faster, right? I could select a range of time, go into retime mode, and make it faster. Now, when I am doing this, what's actually happening is that it is recalculating those poses. That's why it can do so smoothly. I have fewer poses here, there's only one per frame, but it is recalculating, resampling the poses to give me a newer set of a newer, smaller set of poses with the same motion. Now, let's say I want to slow something down. Let's say at the top of his jump, I want to give him a little more hang time, as they say. I want this part here to be slower. Let me just get these out of the way a bit first, and I would essentially do the same thing. But I am not going to do it in default mode, because that makes everything basically act like IK. Instead, I'm going to select his pelvis and do forward all, which gives me essentially everything as FK. Because everything, including retiming that the ephemeral system does, respects the ephemeral modes and the contextual behavior of the rig. So here I'm going to retime this. And as you can see, in this case, while it is still resampling, it is also leaving me gaps. And what that means is that, for now, of course, I'm going to have something more like blocking. This has sort of been turned back into a blocking-like state, which means I can in-between it by selecting this and choosing tween. Now I've got full motion there, but you can see that it's a little weird. How it goes in and out of this range of time that I've slowed down looks, honestly pretty weird, right? This is also pretty easy to fix because we can, as we always can with motion, smooth the results. So here's right about over here is where that happens, right? So in this case, I'm going to motion trail his body so that I can see what's happening here a little more carefully. Actually, it was actually the frame before. It doesn't really matter. And I'm going to pull out a range of time to operate on. Not too far in the future, because I don't want to change it that much, but certainly pretty far in the past to allow this sudden change in momentum to be smoothed out. And I'm going to hold down the right mouse button when smoothing so that it affects the entire character, not just the control I currently have selected. And let's smooth this a couple of times. You can already see this starting to ease out the issues. And there we go. We could do the same exact thing at the beginning here. And now we have made significant timing changes to something with a pose on every single frame with very little effort.